Ambassadors and other high-ranking officials of foreign embassies in Tehran, Iranian capital, and renowned Iranian politicians get together to honor Nelson Mandela. Mandela was a symbol of the struggle against racial discrimination. He was arrested by apartheid regime and imprisoned for 27 years for starting an armed struggle. In 1994, he became South Africa's first black president. Ambassador of South Africa in Iran talked to Press TV about his former president.
He was frank, he was honest, he was a tough competitor. He stood very, very firmly on his principles. He was very compassionate about the poor, the youth, and children. So I think it's the type of qualities most leaders aspire to have, but unfortunately do not have them.
Iran's Minister of Culture and Islamic Guidance also praised Nelson Mandela in one sentence.
Mr. Nelson Mandela was the symbol of resistance against injustice.
Nelson Mandela was an international icon for peace and an inspiration for all those suffering from oppression.
His life on this day represents the triumph of human rights, the recognition that all people should be allowed to have freedom of thought, expression, religion in a country.
Ambassador of Cuba in Iran talked about his importance in freedom movements in Latin America.
Then for us, Mandela is a very important symbol, and we have to keep this symbol. The best way in order to honor him is to continue the fight that he started.
Prisoner number 46664 became an icon for all those fighting for racial injustice in the world, exchanging his gun for a weapon of peace, patience, and tolerance. It was this kind of thinking that made him a Nobel Peace Prize winner, a prize he had to share with the last apartheid president after, in his words, forgiving him but not forgetting what they had done.
Nelson Mandela was known as a man who understood the value of freedom and was willing to fight for it. What remains after his death is his unselfish definition of freedom. He stated that to be free is not to merely cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Arash Khalatbari, Press TV, Tehran.